We're doing it again, aren't we? We are doing it again. Rival fans, Spurs, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal. A lot of fans out there are saying Liverpool will lose to PSG. Now, we've done this against Real Madrid. We've done this against Bayer Leverkusen. People said Liverpool would not win the Premier League. People said Liverpool haven't played anyone. They said Van Dijk will drop off. Salah won't get 30 goals a season. Salah won't get 40 GA this season. Where would Liverpool be without Salah? Well, they've got him, haven't they? And I was on the football terrace the other day, where this kind of I got the idea to do this video. We were doing predictions, and I said I think Liverpool would win 2-0 away, and then they maybe win 2-0 at PSG. And Kate, one of my good friends on the terrace, predicted a PSG win. She said 4-1. Bit of an outrageous take, but fair enough. But do you know what? The amount of people I've spoken to, I was out playing football yesterday, the amount of people that I was playing six-a-side with, the amount of guys that have DM'd me on the social, spoken to me on TikTok, a lot of people seem to think PSG will beat Liverpool. Now, we're going to break that down. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button if you are new around here. We are steamrolling our way towards 50,000 subscribers. We're about 500 away from 47k. Now, I want to bring up PSG's recent results. Now, PSG, of course, played at the weekend against Lille, who played last night in the Champions League. And don't get me wrong, PSG score a huge amount of goals. Ousmane Dembele, Barcola, they are on really, really good form. They beat Brest 3-0 in the Champions League and then beat Brest 7-0 in the Champions League. They beat Toulouse 1-0 away. They beat Lyon 3-2 away. They beat Stade Breconin 7-0. They beat Lille 4-1. They beat Monaco 4-1. They beat Le Mans 2-0, or Le Mans. Stuttgart 4-1. Brest 5-2. City 4-2. You know, ever since that defeat against Arsenal, they have gone on a rampage. Relax. They're playing Liverpool Football Club. They're not playing Luton. They're not playing Blackburn. They're not playing Fulham. They're playing the best team in the world right now. Top of the Champions League going into the last 16 and the knockouts. Top of the Premier League. In the League Cup quarter finals, demolished. League Cup semi-finals, demolished. Now in the League Cup final. Everyone's saying PSG have got, you know, Barcola, Ousmane Dembele, Desiree Doué. I think you guys are forgetting Liverpool have Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, Trent Alexander-Arnold. They are absolutely stacked with talent. Now, this was PSG's team against Lille in the 4-1 win. Now, I really rate their fullbacks. They've got probably one of the best fullback pairings in world football. Hakimi, you know, top player. Mendes, one of the players wanted by a lot of Premier League clubs. Desiree Doué, Fabian Ruiz, Neves, great midfield. Ousmane Dembele, the probably weakest link in that team, Gonçalo Ramos, and Bradley Barcola. It's a very, very good team. Don't get me wrong. They have got a lot of players that can cause you problems. But let's be honest. This Arsenal team that beat PSG, should have beaten them 4, maybe 5-1. And yes, a lot of their players are performing. No disrespect to PSG, but they play in a much weaker league than Liverpool. They play much weaker position week in, week out than Liverpool. Liverpool are competing with Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Spurs, Liverpool, Villa, Brentford, Newcastle. PSG's biggest threat is Marseille. I don't think any of those teams in the top 10 would get in the top 10 in the Premier League. A lot of those teams will be struggling in the Premier League. And I think this Liverpool team, once again, is being massively, I don't know what it is with Liverpool, but they just constantly keep proving people wrong. 1 minute it's, who have they played? They haven't beaten anyone. The next minute it's they're not good enough. The next minute it's, Liverpool are just, they're just there to make the numbers up. I don't know if you guys have also realised they're also 13 points clear in the Premier League. Their recent results, Liverpool, are absolutely insane. This is PSG's hardest game they have played of their season. By far their hardest game. Liverpool will approach this game the same way they approached the Manchester City game, where the same way they approached the Real Madrid game. Bearing in mind they beat Real Madrid, didn't concede a goal. They beat City home and away, didn't concede a goal. They beat Leverkusen, didn't concede a goal. They went to the San Siro and put 3 past AC Milan. They went to Girona, didn't concede a goal. They haven't conceded a goal in their last 2 games. The way they played against Manchester City, I think, will be a very, very similar approach to the game than what they played. They will play tonight. They will happily sit back and counter-attack you. They're one of the best counter-attacking teams in world football. The only team I would say is a better counter-attacking team, I would say, is Real Madrid. And Real Madrid are just Real Madrid, aren't they? Let's just be honest. It's no insult. It's no shaming losing anything to Real Madrid. That team, you got Dominic Szoboszlai in the best form he's experienced in a Liverpool shirt. The duo of McAllister and Gravenberch is my favourite centre mid or central midfield pairing. Mohamed Salah is the best player in world football right now. Where I think PSG could hurt Liverpool and where I think PSG could cause Liverpool some problems, and it will depend on this area of the pitch, the right back area. If it's Bradley Barcola, if it's Kvaratskhelia, or as I like to call him, Cravadonna, if it's Desiree Doué, whoever he's up against Trent Alexander-Arnold, Konate and Gravenberch have to get across to help him. Jeremy Doku got past him 10 or 11 times against Manchester City, and that is the area they could exploit. On the flip side, Trent Alexander-Arnold's passing in the final third through to players like Mohamed Salah, through to to Szoboszlai, through to Jota. I think their front three will be Gakpo, Diaz, and Salah for this game. Diaz has a lot of work off the ball. They can use his pace. He works his absolute socks off. And you've also got to remember, Liverpool have had a rest. PSG played at the weekend, albeit they won and they're building momentum. But Liverpool, the last game they played was on the 26th of February. So they've had, 7-8 days off since then to fully rest, recover, re-energize, and they go again. And in terms of people are writing them off, saying that PSG, will knock them out, Liverpool have probably got the best fixture they could possibly have hoped for. The fact that it is Southampton slap bang in the middle where they could heavily, heavily rotate and make 7, 8, 9, 10 changes. Maybe a front three of Harvey Elliott, maybe a front three of Darwin Núñez alongside him with Federico Chiesa, Curtis Jones, Endo, maybe someone else in midfield. They will go out there and still put 2 or 3 goals past Southampton with that many changes, knowing the fact that when it gets back to Anfield, the hardest ground in the Premier League, the second hardest game in European football, only the Bernabeu for me is harder. Knowing the fact you're doing that, going back to Anfield, and then if Liverpool do beat PSG, gives them huge, huge confidence going into the cup final on Sunday afterwards. So I do expect Liverpool to win tonight. I think it will be a tough game. Don't get me wrong, PSG will have chances, but let's just completely writing Liverpool off is madness for me. They are the best team to beat. They were the best team in the Champions League. I think they are, absolute certainty to win this Premiership. And I think they are absolute certainty now with the injuries Newcastle have got to go on and win the League Cup. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think Liverpool could slip up? Are people talking absolute BS? Is there method to what people are saying? If you're a Liverpool fan or an Arsenal fan or a Spurs fan or United or Chelsea, whether you support City or Villa, let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. And I am